nuclear power plants, nuclear bombs, nuclear-powered submarines. In the 1920s and 30s, nuclear fission was seen as a cheap way to split the atom and get free energy. That was in the 20s and 30s. The world learned about nuclear fission at Hiroshima. So there's a very direct parallel with all the good things we're getting from AI now in narrow applications versus the things we're going to get after it's weaponized and when its growth is unrestricted and ungoverned. With fission, the human race spent, a lot of people say to me, but James, with fission we managed to avoid Armageddon. Well, the other way to look at that is we held a gun to our own heads for 50 years. And that's not a winning strategy for a species. We can't do the same thing with superintelligence. If we have the same introduction like we did with fission, I just don't think we can survive. We need a better maintenance plan. Is there a solution? Well, there are solutions. None of them are foolproof, and none of them are very well developed now. In the 1970s, researchers in recombinant DNA stopped research, got together at a conference center in California called Asilomar, and they developed basic safety protocols like don't track the DNA out on your shoes. It was that simple. They set up a bunch of rules. The Asilomar guidelines still exist today. They've been modified and improved. But what they allowed is for the safe research into DNA and gene. So now we've got gene therapies. Now we've got genetically modified crops. So it worked. Asilomar really worked for gene therapy so far for recombinant DNA. In the short term, AI needs Asilomar guidelines or something like it. It also needs an organization to monitor research like the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency. I used to say I wasn't particularly hopeful that any of these organizations would be created for AI until an accident happened. But just as the words were coming out of my mouth last week, the Committee for Safety and Ethics was made a condition of the sale of DeepMind to Google. So I am actually hopeful that the AI community that enforced this stipulation, that's the kind of reasoning that's going to guide the future. Thank you very much for coming. My sincere thanks to all of you. And I look forward to hearing some of your questions and comments. Yes, sir.
It seems as if part of